All right, so our friend Jimmy Dore decided to have on presidential candidate Andrew Yang, who's, probably one of the more sane individuals running for the Democrat ticket here in the next 2020 election, going up against President Trump, right? And what did Jimmy Dore do when he got a chance to interview an individual who, has made hundreds of millions of dollars in his lifetime, and he's only in like his early 40s? Well, he decided to re-at him and explain economic theory when, he's a nightclub comedian. Let's get into this.
So now, why run for president first? Why not run for a mayor or something like that? And
well, as you can tell, I'm concerned with the fact that our country doesn't seem to understand that it is not immigrants that are causing economic issues around the country. It is the fact that technology is pushing us to this set of situations where now you have Americans freaking out, dying young, and turning on each other.
Did you just ask a man who's running for president on a platform of universal basic income, or the freedom dividend as he says, why he's not just running for mayor? And by the way, you need to wipe that shitty ass fucking look off your face, Jimmy. Like, legitimately, this dude's fucking awesome. He's one of the most likable motherfuckers on the planet. I don't know, maybe... See, this is the problem with Californians. It's the problem with Californians. Y'all hate the rest of the country. And guess what? We fucking hate you too. It is what it is. And
do you feel that someone like Bernie Sanders wouldn't implement similar programs, and he's doing a half measure, or what? Why? So I would think, if I was you, I would think, well, I should take all my energy and put it behind this guy Bernie Sanders, who's already the front runner, who we all know is going to bring democratic socialism to America, exactly what people need. So that's why. So why wouldn't you do that as opposed to running yourself?
I find it hilarious how you bitched your fucking ass off, Jimmy, about people standing here fucking asking Bernie Sanders why he ran, right, in fucking 2016 and fucked up the primary for Hillary Clinton. Right, you were upset, like, what do you mean? Well, you have a right to run for president. If you feel as though that's what you want to do and that's what you need to do, this is how our elections work. And here you are doing the same thing to another primary contender. The fuck is wrong with you, Jimmy? For fuck's sake.
And for a minimum wage, what are you for, the 15 or the 20 or the 25? Are you for one of those?
Well, I'm for 100% for the spirit that no American should be working full time and not be able to pay their bills. But the reality is, if we move to a $15 minimum wage, there are many, many small businesses and industries like fast food that would probably end up getting rid of shifts and workers. Because if you have a fast food restaurant that's paying people $9.25 an hour, and then you say it's 15, then they're going to look around and be like, it's like robot burger flipper time, or it's like self-serve kiosk time, which might be okay. But I'm suggesting that if we put $1,000 a month into people's hands, then that serves as a virtual raise for every worker. It makes workers much harder to exploit. It actually rewards mothers and caregivers who right now a minimum wage would not impact. Like, a freedom dividend is much, much broader and bigger, and then we can turn to a minimum wage, but the need for it goes much, much lower, because I'm essentially giving everyone $1,000 a month raise, which would raise the effective minimum wage to close to $15 an hour anyway.
So, okay, well, I don't agree with that, because, that idea that if we raise people's wages, they'll automate them. They will automate them if they can. They're not doing that because they're nice, right?
No, it's a cost balance thing, Jimmy. That's the situation, all right? It's a cost balance thing. So it's really simple. If a worker costs less money than a robot, you don't order the robot. But if a worker costs the same amount of money as a robot or more, you order the fucking robot. That's how this works. Companies work on margins, right? For instance, say you're selling, a grocery store selling cans of soup, all right? The can of soup costs the grocery store 35 cents. They're selling it to the consumer at 95 cents. So they're making 40 cents a piece off these cans of soup. If they sell so many a week, they can afford, you know what I mean, to keep the lights on, pay the bills, the real estate taxes, the mortgage on the place, be able to buy new inventory, fucking repair fucking cashier machines, keep the floors clean, and be able to stand here and maintain a certain amount of wages and be able to give raises to individuals who do a better fucking job. It's about margins on these smaller places. And a lot of things are seasonal. A lot of places are, you know, like sometimes during the year, you're going to be moving product. Sometimes during the year, it's going to be a struggle. Massive corporations don't have an issue because they always have the ability to issue stock to be able to provide and pay the bills and, you know what I mean, pull out lines of credit. Whereas a smaller size business doesn't have this ability. You are standing here being an asshole, Jimmy, and you're going to probably continue to do so. Let's find out.
Or because they would, if they could automate their jobs right now, they would do it right now. And that the only reason
that is generally true.
Yeah,
but so it is possible that if you change the economic incentives to automate something, it might become more appealing.
Right. Okay. But you know, I like to bowl. We don't have pin setters anymore. It's not because they tried to get more money for pin setters. Okay.
It is also.
No, Jimmy. This technology came out and it made it easier to be able to do business, all right? And you didn't have to pay for pin setters. It made the whole process better to go bowling in general, all right? It was just a better way of doing things. Jimmy, seriously, don't be an asshole, all right? Bowling alley owners are not pieces of shit who just wanted to get rid of pin setters. That's not what the fuck happened. There are mostly mom and pop places. The pin setters, usually for the most part in a fucking bowling alley, were local kids, their nephews, their nieces. You don't think they wanted to keep them employed? They did, but it was just cheaper to get the fucking thing and upgrade. And I mean, because like they're like, hell yeah, it's gonna be fucking simpler to do this. Like, don't be an asshole, Jimmy. Legitimately, don't be a fucking asshole.
Also true too, though, Jimmy, that like if you look at like some struggling mom and pop retailer around the country, like a lot of them are paying their workers like $9-10 an hour. And then if you say, hey, it's $15, like some of them might cut back shifts or some of them might struggle. Like I've run a small private company, and a lot of these small businesses are really, really close to, you know, like the red at any moment in time. Mm-hmm. And something that seems like completely common sense to us, being like, hey, just pay people $15 an hour, actually would cause some of these businesses to say, you know what, I'm gonna have to cut the shift or cut a worker at the margins. So again, I just rather just give people the raise directly, and I think workers would prefer that too. If we just put $1,000 a month in your hand. Yeah,
I mean, again, the UBI is you're correct on that, and you're incorrect on the other stuff. Businesses hire when there's a demand for their product. End of sentence. And if there's a demand for their product, they got to hire a worker. And nobody's going to go, boy, I have all these orders, but I can't pay that guy $15, so I'm not going to fill them. So that's illogical. That is a right-wing talking point. That is not how economics works.
Businesses are not.
No, that is literally how business works, Jimmy. All right, people don't start fucking businesses, and businesses don't have the opportunity to expand if labor's too goddamn expensive. Look, and I agree that like individuals should have a fucking raise. You know what I mean? I think it should be caught up with fucking inflation. You know what I mean? Like technically, I think people should be starting off at $70,000 a fucking year. I mean, if you want to be technical about shit, but that's only because we've been printing the dollar into fucking oblivion. You know, but that has nothing to do with socialism. It's just the fact that I want to fuck the goddamn Fed and tell them to eat a dick and expose how shitty they've fucking done everybody. It is what it is. But what you have to really look at is the fact that people aren't going to be able to expand their businesses. They're not going to be able to hire new workers. They're not going to be able to stand here and keep the workers that they have if you raise everybody up to $15 an hour. And then add to that, you're going to end up just passing a lot of this cost on to the fucking consumer, and people aren't going to buy as much shit. Because consumers, the amount of money they have to spend is remotely finite. You go, oh, consumers' thirst for things is, you know what I mean, is infinite, you know, but it's not infinite. Like, legitimately, people have but so much money. Hence the reason why we're having the retail apocalypse at the fucking moment. Hence the reason why we have 9 million people who are more than fucking 3 months behind on their fucking car payments. People's money isn't fucking infinite, and they're not going to continue to buy your product. Especially places that sell things that are like fucking seasonal or things of this nature. You're just going to end up having massive corporations own everything. This is a giant giveaway to massive corporations. The majority of Bernie Sanders and the Democrats' fucking platforms are nothing but giant giveaways to corporations. Legit. They're going to end up bringing in corporate fascism into fucking America, even worse than it is the fuck today. Just be fucking real about stuff.
Flourishing at that level, if they're just living hand to mouth and they don't have the orders, and they have a hard time even paying the people they have, if you elevate those costs, it might it might in some situations mean they cut shifts or cut workers. I mean,
that is not economic theory. That is sound. That is right-wing talking points. But
I mean, yeah, you don't want to listen to the fucking guy who legitimately he sets up entrepreneurial fucking ventures throughout the goddamn country. Let's not talk to the dude who that's his fucking whole job. He actually goes out and helps people start fucking businesses in underprivileged goddamn neighborhoods. You are a fucking asshole, Jimmy, with your smug fucking smile. You piece of shit. This is like legit. You're a fucking dickhead, and you need to get fucking clapped in your head and learn some shit. I realize that your boy Mark Blythe done told you a few things, but he didn't tell you a whole lot. I'm just being real. It is what it is, man. Like, yo, look. But I wanted to bring this to y'all because I thought it was fucking hilarious. And y'all need to understand that the left is not interested in learning. They're interested in spewing their bullshit and having shit tests for individuals. Andrew Yang, yo, look, man, you guys are making me like him more and more on some serious shit. I'm not going to vote for him. I'm not going to vote Democrat. I'll never vote Democrat to fuck again. That'll never fucking happen. But on the same point, you know, yo, look, I'm getting to like the guy. He's highly likable. It is what it is. Man, this is Tom Pease with P Noid News. Y'all know the fucking deal. Like, share, and subscribe. Later.